Welcome, Stacy Huff here at Max P Performance location here in Columbia, South Carolina, interviewing rising track star for the University of South Carolina, sophomore in that program, Devan Diggy Crumpton. We've known around these parts by Diggy, but Devan Crumpton officially. Devan, glad to have you share some time with us and talk to you a little bit here. And outstanding student athlete, came up through the area here in Northeast Columbia, South Carolina, Richland School District 2, and trained right here at Max Speed Performance. So with that being said, Diggy, tell the folks and share with us a little bit about the event you just had where you etched your name, in stone in some ways and really set yourself apart. What was the event?
It was the 4x4. Me and my team went down there and won a national championship. I split 44-6, 44-62, and I had the fastest split at the NCAA championship.
So fastest time at the NCAA championship, putting South Carolina in the place they want to be. They recruited you for that purpose. Y'all got a great team around you. Go ahead and share some of the names of the other young men on the team with you on that relay.
Jashana Dennis, Andrew Salvadon, and Josiah Rice. I enjoy every day with them. I have a great training group, so they push me every day to get faster.
Iron sharpens iron, they say, right?
Yes,
and that's exactly what that is. So, Devan Crumpton, you talked about that particular event. Is that your favorite event?
I would say so, yes, sir. Out of high school, I was running a 2.4, but once I got to college, I really started to focus more on the 400, and I'm just dropping times now. So
dropping time. That's where I want to go. Right. I'm glad you said dropping times. So start back before the times were what they were when you were a young man, when your age was dropped a little bit, when you were a little younger.
Yeah.
How did you first get into track? And I know you did football, I know you were an all-around athlete, but talk about your early training with track and all the way up through here, this location, and on to Carolina. But how did it first begin for you?
It first started, I actually wasn't running track. I was watching my brother for a while, and I got into track later on. I started with RCRC track.
The Richland County Recreation Commission?
Yep, there you go. I started there, and I wasn't running the 400. I was actually a short sprinter, and that's when I realized I was actually pretty fast. So I started to grow love for the sport, and it just went on from there.
Now talk about some of that training you got as you were in high school, simultaneous, at Spring Valley, and right here at Max Speed. The work you put in here, and when you really start stepping out as you grew into your body and got a little stronger, matriculating through high school.
Yeah, so we actually started going to Boca Raton, I think it's called.
Yeah.
We started training with a guy named Tony Villani. That's where I was introduced to the shred mill. And my pops and my Uncle Earl, they had an idea to bring that back down to South Carolina, and they created Max Speed. And that's where I started training to actually get faster. I can say that I really didn't, how do I say this? I guess I can say my brother, he really showed me the ways and like how to get faster, because that was my role model. That was my role model for real. And I really started going harder once when he was in high school.
Go ahead and say his name. He's a football player.
Jalen Crumpton. Yeah.
Yeah, outstanding football player, came to the league as well. Has some speed as well. So that's kind of how you mentioned. You opened the door for another question. Stacy Huff, by the way, Huff Nation Sports here at Max Speed location, interviewing Devan Diggy Crumpton. I'm gonna reset that for you right quick. So you just segued for me. You talked about your brother.
Yeah.
Your parents were athletic as well. You got some good DNA. Now go and big them up. What about the parents?
Man, I got great genes. I got lucky.
Yeah.
My mama gave my looks, of course. But yeah, she was tough in hoops. She played basketball at Morris College. She got all the records up there.
Morris College, up to South Carolina.
And my pops, that was that guy back in the day.
Yeah, Rudy.
He played football, ran track. He dropped some times too, so I got lucky.
Yeah. So you got one of the gene pool. You got the looks for mom and athletics for both of them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Rudy's gonna watch this. Rudy's gonna see this. There you go. Bam. There you go. They take that. So we talking about matriculation. So Spring Valley, your senior year, I mean, in your high school, y'all did some special things in Spring Valley.
Yep.
What was that feeling like? And is that when you really knew you were primed to set for the next stage of college? Tell me about those last couple of years running at Spring Valley.
Spring Valley, I really started popping it I would say my 10th grade year. My freshman year, I was going against older guys, but I didn't like the feeling of losing, so I just started to work a little harder, come to max speed a lot more. And my junior year, that's when I think I got second to Bryson Miller in the 400. Then my senior year, I was just hungry for more because I had got second, and my senior year finally won. And I had a great team there too. A lot of them boys went D1, and memories. For real. But nah, Spring Valley. My pops was coaching me there too. So my pops been coaching me almost my whole life, and he was a great coach. He helped me drop a lot of times. A lot of my times that I drop is because of him, and I'm grateful.
That's good stuff, man.
Yep.
Very good stuff. So we walked you through now. You talked about RC. You talked about knowing you were kind of set apart. You were a little special coming through. You had a pedigree and you put the work in, and high school was in the special. I talk about how you stacked that to get to where you are now. I mean, you 2 years in college, and you fastest split. I mean, that split was special. It went viral. Everybody's talking about it. But how'd you get there? You're from Spring Valley now. You're 2 years in the college program. How'd you stack that training you already had on the collegiate level to get even better?
I would say my teammates and my coach, Coach Brown, and my training group I mentioned earlier. Yeah. Is just like you said, iron sharpen iron, and every day we go at it. I actually I got injured at the beginning of the season. I had a hamstring strain. That's how hard we be going at practice. Yeah. And it was unfortunate, but I did a lot of rehabbing, and I got back when I was needed the most, and I was able to perform for my team.
So when you hit that split and you guys won that fastest time and you took first place and all that, what was that feeling like as you handed off after your leg and the aftermath of all that? And it was kind of sitting there with you and your team that you did something special. What was that like?
It was a weight off my shoulders, a weight off my chest, because NCAA, that's a huge stage, especially at the D1 level. And it's always been a dream. Like, I grew up watching guys like Ja'Cory Patterson. He's from here too.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Yeah, I looked up to him too, and I still do. Watching him do that on TV and going out to be able to do that myself, that means a lot to me. So I just want to keep going.
Devan, Diggy, Crumpton, final question for you. We're going to wrap it up for you right here. But take us out with this one. We've been doing the Olympics in 2 years. And that word is kind of floating around you right now. You're only, 20 years old, just still a young buck. That, other college is college, but the Olympics is that's the world stage. 2028 coming out, 2032. What do you see yourself in the next 5 to 7 years with your track career?
5 to 7. Well, of course, starting with the Olympics in 2 years. I will be there, actually.
I love to say it. He's speaking it.
Go ahead and set that in stone. I'll be there. And next 5 to 7 years, I hope to go ahead and get a pro contract with one of these brands. Go pro, drop some times, and be on a Olympic team. Maybe, well, how many years in between each Olympic?
4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
28 and 32 is the next one.
I'll be at both.
There it is. I love it. Devan, Diggy, Crumpton, my man. Appreciate you sharing some time with me, my guy.
Sir.
He's a star on the rise, SEC champion, USC Gamecock sophomore, Devan, Diggy, Crumpton.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in and checking out my guy, Devan.